Hello everybody and welcome. I hope this video finds you in good spirits, and if it doesn't, don't worry. It's okay. I understand. With all the energies going on in the world and everything that's happening, it's a little rough out there, and it's understandable if your energy is not quite up to par. Honestly, I think that's why I felt called to do this message. If you don't know me, my name is Aspen, your friendly neighborhood cosmic channeler or psychic witch. I've been called a lot of different things, but I don't really claim any of the titles. But I do channel source consciousness, what others call God, source, spirit, whatever resonates with you. That's what I channel because I kind of understand how the world works with reality and energies ever since tapping into this whole psychic realm. And all I want to do is help people understand. So I wanted to come on here and make a message to humanity. Granted, not all of humanity is going to see this. It'd be kind of weird if all of humanity saw this, but that's okay. I just want to help, and right now there's a lot of people that are struggling, especially in America. First things first, I want to say I love you. It doesn't matter what you believe, who you are, any of that stuff. If you are a human being, I love you because we are special on this planet. We don't realize how special we are, but that's because we're kind of forced into this play and this role of giving our power away just so we don't realize how powerful we are. Which, not your fault, not my fault, not our parents' fault. This has been like generations and generations in the making. So I'm coming here to kind of help give you an explanation from the psychic realm of how reality works and how these energies work and how your world works, because you are a human being. And surprise, because you are a human being, guess what? You're a psychic. Congratulations. I bet you didn't know it, but you are a psychic because every single human being on this planet is a psychic. Let me get into this a little bit. Let me explain how this works, because I'm like, sure, you're like, oh, what are you talking about? I'm not a psychic, but you are. I guarantee you've walked into a room and felt energies before. You've felt energies from music. You've picked up on someone's thought and said something like, hey, I was just thinking about that. That's you being a psychic. But it goes much, much deeper than that. We all know that we've got that little spot in here called that third eye, the pineal gland, right? That little acorn-shaped thingy. This little guy, right here. That little guy, right inside of your head. We've all got one of those. That makes you a psychic. You're a psychic because you have it. Yay! But how does it work? Well, unfortunately, long ago, they figured out how this worked and put us into this system of control. We've got these, like this rotary wheel that's right here in front of the pineal gland. You think you've got that almond, the acorn shape? And so this is where our consciousness lays, but it's got this little revolving door, trap door here that has different lenses. Basically different ways to view the frequencies of reality, right? So we've got our chakra systems that are tied to this. I'm not going to get into that in this explanation, but I can help work with you if you are interested as far as unlocking all of these capabilities that I'm talking about. But so we've got this little Turner wheel, this little wheel chamber that has these different lenses right here in front of our pineal gland. All of our life up until this point, we have really been focusing on the lower three vibrations. We're mainly focusing on this red lens right here. I know it looks pink right here. I didn't even turn on my thing. I brought a battery, got it all set up, and I didn't even turn it on. Oh well, you can still see it. That's supposed to be red. So you've got your primary colors. This is what we're going to base this off of, just because it's a lot easier to understand when you start working with energies and thinking of them as colors. Red is your root chakra, for people that know that, and it's basically where we have been living. It is our traumas, our fears. Fear is one of the first things that drive us, because if you are scared, you're going to do whatever you have to survive. I understand that for thousands of years, we have had to live with that red lens and be scared of existence, be scared of everything going on, be scared of going to heaven or hell. If you're scared of going to hell, then you're always going to be focused on that lens. No matter what you do, you're always going to be looking through that red lens because you have that overlying fear of going to hell. Religions had their place, they're fantastic, but they were created when we thought we were the center of the universe. Let's be real. Most religions were created that. There's some exceptions, not talking about all, but most religions and the ways that we live, they were created long ago, thousands of years ago, that we're still trying to hold today and go, oh no, they were smarter than us and they know better because we're following their book. They wrote this book. Explains how life works. No, this explains how they thought life works. And then they imprisoned Galileo because he realized that we were not the center of the universe. That disproves the Bible right there. Which also, that's why the aliens don't come, because we have it grained in our spirit that God made us in his image. So that makes us racist at heart, because if you look anything else, we were made in God's image. Not you, not them, not that person over there. We were. We've got to get rid of that mentality. Like, that is focusing on that red lens. That is seeing the world from that perspective. Yes, you can. I get it. It worked for thousands of years and it helped. But are we saying that they understood reality better than we do? Because I don't really think that they did. So everything in our current life is fabricated and run by this red lens. If you want to continue living in this hellish life and the fear-based, the trauma-based, the anxiety, the depression, all of the, lack of better words, shit that is going on in the world, is all that red lens. And everything that is going on is trying to get you to stay focused on that red lens. I get it. It's scary, especially in America. I'm a trans lesbian. It's kind of scary knowing what's going on in the world. But I'm not going to look at reality from that lens, because the more I look through that lens, the more I'm actually giving them my fear power, and they're taking it. They know how the energies work. So with that, I've got this little chart down here. I'm trying to kind of fly through this video and not make it super long, but it's hard to explain these things and not go into a lot of depth. So, all of these lenses, all of these frequencies, the red is the easiest because it is the one that we have lived in all of our life. It is that survival, that fear, that love and hate, one way, the duality, right? That one lens. And fear does a lot. But we need to realize that most of the fear is other people's perspectives and given to us. It's not that we actually personally have stepped outside of our door and experienced it. It's that we're living that fear through somebody else and their perspective and what they've experienced and what they're projecting onto us. I get it. Fear's easy. It's the easiest one. Look at that ripple. It's not hard. And when you think of it, every single one of these waves, depending on which lens you use, is going to be your thought pattern. So, in truth, one thought is just one of these teeny tiny ripples. Let me actually erase this just so you get a better perspective of what I'm talking about when it comes to manifestations and energy play. It is much easier to manifest fear, anxiety, and those energies than it is to manifest and work with another. Where did all my markers go? So, we see this one wavelength of just this one emotion. This is one single thought, okay? You have one thought of fear creep into your mind and it goes this far. Well, if you go and change your lens, you have the next thought. It doesn't go as far. Neither does the higher perspective. The higher in vibration and frequency you work at, the littler it travels. So it is so easy to come up with a fear, an anxiety, depression, some kind of thought, and manifest that into your reality. The energy is going to go where the energy is going to flow wherever your thoughts go. So the more you focus on this red lens, the separation, the, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, that's happening. What if this happens? Oh my God, that person hates me and this person thinks that I'm going to hell. I think I'm going to hell. Oh my God. That's you looking through the red lens. And every time you do, look at how long that wavelength goes out. It goes out pretty far. So when you have those moments of high clarity, of high, pure, loving unity vibrations of, oh, I love myself, I love my life, I love everything around me, one thought of that doesn't go very far. So in order to even make as much of a dent as you do with the red lens, you've got to continuously keep that vibration, that level of love, unity, and acceptance just to overcome that one thought of fear, which is why things have been set up the way that it is. It's easy to run on fear. It's easy to control on fear because we're programmed for fear. It's in our innate thing. We are grown from this planet, and animals experience fear. Any living thing experiences fear because it's that survival instinct. But we are so far past that. We have grown, we have learned, we have evolved. There's no there's no reason there's a shortage of food because we know better. We have grown. It's greed, as I said. It is greed that is making the scarcity. It is greed that is making the separation, the duality, and it is greed and corruption that is causing us to focus on this red lens instead of realizing that this person from over there and this person from over there are still human beings. Just because they were raised with this perspective and they were raised with this perspective doesn't make one right and one wrong. Yes, actions, if you're hurting people, that's wrong. There's no excuse to hurt people anymore. We are way past that. We need to get up into these higher vibrations and we need to hold them. So while it is terrifying, everything that is going on right now, don't focus on it. The more you're focusing on it, the more you're feeding these wavelengths, the more you're seeing through this lens when there are so many other things. I will tell you from the psychic's perspective, everything that is going on, just there's going to be big laughs to have later on down the road. We just have to stick through it and survive. They're digging their own holes, they're making their own graves, and it's going to collapse in their own face. So you don't have to worry about that. Instead, disconnect from other people's perspectives, other people's fears, worries, and concerns. Social media, as a psychic, it's hard to even open up Facebook or any of those apps because you feel the energy coming off and radiating onto it. And because you're a psychic, guess what? You are too. So every time you open up that news article, that posting, bitching about this or complaining about this or being scared about that, scared of this happening, scared of that happening, every time you're doing that, you are literally absorbing those energies into you. So it's best to take a step back, focus on your life, your perspective. What do you think? What do you feel inside of your heart? Have you had these problems that is going on in the world personally? If so, then yeah, you should feel it. And I'm not saying don't feel anger. There's this whole sweep of, oh, love and light, only think love and light thoughts. No, that's not the point. The point is to center your consciousness, and instead of just living by one lens or two lenses, come into the center and see all perspectives that are available, because we are all the same source, we are all the same spirit and essence and consciousness within. It's only our perspectives and our egos that separate us, because we feel we know what is right and you're wrong for whatever you believe. No, it's all perspective. If we all start living from this center branch, this centered consciousness of love and unity, yes, that's where it is. But that doesn't mean don't feel everything. It means be centered and feel everything when it comes up. If you're angry about something, cool, be angry. But don't hold on to it, because the more you think about it, the more you feed it, the more you're living it. I get angry. It's hard not to with everything. So I have an outlet. I play virtual reality. It's the only way a ninja princess with skills with a sword are valuable in this day and age. But that's how I get out my anger and frustrations. I don't say, oh, love and light, I can never be angry and frustrated and sad and depressed. I was crying my eyes out last night because I was really struggling and needed a friend. And luckily I did have a friend show up, and I am so thankful for her. But it's not about not feeling your feelings, quite the opposite. We have been programmed for 2,000 plus years to not feel your feelings, that your emotions are bad. No, your emotions are your superpower and your link to your psychic gifts. Because you are a human being, you're going to absorb these energies whether you like it or not. It's what sets us apart on this planet. It's the beauty of experiencing And I know the unknown is scary, but that's the whole point of living, is to explore and experience the unknown. So go into it with open arms and a loving heart. Instead of focusing on this fear and separation, feel your feelings, get it out some way, and be like, hey, I'm ready to feel something else today. Let's shift this little lens and see something else in my brain, and let's see the love today. I love my family. I love my life. I love my plants. I find something to love and hold on to that. Feel that one. Best thing to do, I always do, comedy. Find something to just laugh about, because laughing instantly shifts you from that red lens. Even if you have to find ways to laugh at reality and laugh at the things that are happening around you, that's okay. It's still starting to shift your mind out of that fear state, out of that state of, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what's happening in the world where everything's going to be Don't feed it. They want you to feed it. That's how these things happen. They know how this energy works. They just don't want to tell you how it works, because then it breaks their system of control. So feel your feelings, and then put your phone down. Go spend time with friends, family. Go do something that you like doing. What sparks your heart? What brings you joy? What makes you love life? Go do that. Until my next message, I love you guys. I hope you hold your love in your heart, and go do something fun. Enjoy life. Let all of that fear and all the anger, angst, let those people go do theirs and have their hellish existence. I'm going to choose my happy, loving self. It doesn't matter what others think of me. I know who I am, and I am the walking embodiment of love, unity, and abundance for all living things in the cosmos. So hate me if you want. I'm not going to return your hate or your fear. I'm just going to sit here and embody my true self. Okay, I've rambled long enough. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.